Hi there, this video is about the reading for class 6. You are into chapter 3. So chapter 3, it's called Newtonian Mechanics, which sounds rather intimidating to me, but what it really is dynamics. So chapter 2 was about kinematics, which means how things move, sort of describing velocity and acceleration. And chapter 3 is about dynamics, which is why do things move? So forces are what are pushing things around. That's all it is. So she starts by talking about defining a system, which means that you draw a little red dashed arrow around some object in your sketch and say, this is the system. Turns out to be pretty important to do that. Maybe the bowling ball is a system. So the idea is that if something's outside the system and produces a force, then like this rock, for example, if that's the system, then the sand is external and so provides a force on the rock. Or maybe the book A is a system, and so now you've got the table as being external pushing up, and you've got book B, which is external pushing down. Section 3.2 is all about adding vectors. In this case, the vectors are forces. So once again, you start by defining a system, and then you draw what's called a force diagram, which is you take a dot, that represents your system, and then emanating away from that dot, you draw the tails of a bunch of vectors at the dot, and you draw those vectors which represent the forces, the external forces acting on your system. So there's a lot about force diagrams. Force diagrams are key to this course, actually. For Physics 131, you got to learn to draw force diagrams. And section 3.3 kind of tells you what to do with those force diagrams, which is that once you've drawn them, they're going to either kind of be balanced when all the forces in one direction and the opposite direction cancel each other out, in which case you'll have zero acceleration, or unbalanced force diagrams where there's sort of more of a push in one way than another. And in that case, you've got changing velocity, you've got acceleration in the direction of the unbalanced forces. So it's conceptual in the sense that they're just giving you the gist of it. Unbalanced forces, motion diagrams, how free fall kind of works, reflecting on this. We're going to get, once we get into, the next section, 3.4, we're really going to talk about Newton's second law and how to quantify all this. But this is getting you started with the sort of the concrete, what is it? What's the concept here? So definitely a good section to read it. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in class. Bye for now.